Hi everyone, it's Lauren here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is only going to be a short one. It's a Amazon book haul video. There's been several books on my to buy list for quite some time now, and as we're coming into the summer months, I thought I'd treat myself to a few books and share that with you. So let's jump into it. Okay, so first up is the newest release on my to read list. It was only released technically today, but my copy arrived from Amazon yesterday. Today is the 16th of April. And for fans of the Spellsinger series, you've been waiting for this for a little while now with great excitement, as you rightly should, because it is The Way of the Argosi. I am blown away by this cover art. It's absolutely stunning. And it fits perfectly well with the other Spellsinger covers, which are equally gorgeous. Now, as some of you may already know, I have previously worked with Sebastien in the past. He's my writing mentor and a man I greatly respect. So I understand if some people will find this part of the video a little bit biased. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to take my word for it. Go look on Amazon. There will be hundreds of 5-star reviews for it. I can guarantee that without too much pre-thought, because the Spellsinger series was very well received by fans, and Ferris's story does not disappoint at all. In my personal opinion, I would have to say this is my favourite in the book series so far. Without giving too much away, I know that Sebastien has already let people know that there is going to be a sequel to this book, so obviously, I'm not going to say whether or not that's one of my favourites, but this one is my favourite of the Spellsinger series so far. I absolutely love Ferris as a character, and this book it really doesn't disappoint at all. So, very excited to get my hands on the hardback version of this book. As I say, I have beta read it. It's absolutely fantastic. I cannot give it a higher endorsement than that. So, definitely, if you love young adult fantasy, magic, gambling, and all the hijinxery of the different things that Ferris gets up to in the previous books, then you just have to get a copy of this. There's squirrel cats in it too, so definitely. The book in my haul is actually called The 10-Minute Author, and it was actually the subtitle on this that made me buy it, because this is something I've been saying a lot in my new book, The Right Way, and that's writers write and authors finish. And so that's pretty much sold me on this one. On the blurb it says, what turns a writer into an author? Finishing. And that is just so true. So for anyone who is looking to write a book, I personally find self-help books like this very interesting to read. I can't say that I've ever picked up one of these books and not had at least one thing to take away from them. And I do believe that practicing your craft and learning about your craft on a regular basis, religiously, is very important to improving. So I'm looking forward to reading this. Just to give you a little bit more of the information, it says 10-Minute Author is a concise book describing a beautifully simple, powerful technique for creating a daily writing habit to finish your next manuscript and the one after that. Aimed at both the complete beginner and published author who wants to write more consistently, 10-Minute Author shows how a simple commitment to a daily writing practice can become the foundation of a successful career. Drawing on his expertise of writing daily for over 3 years, author Kevin Partner provides a complete blueprint for setting up your new habit, including a downloadable resource, online templates, and a 28-day challenge to begin your writing streak. It's only a little book, but judging by the blurb, it's full of good content. So I will be reviewing this once I've read it on my blog over at agentlewomanandascholar.com, so look out for that, but I already have high hopes for this one. Okay, so the next book I didn't know existed until the beginning of the week. I was scrolling through Amazon Prime looking for a series called Leonardo, and happened whilst I was searching to come across a series called Death in Pemberley, or Death Comes to Pemberley rather. And I'd never heard of it, but instantly, as soon as I heard the word Pemberley, I was like, oh, Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. Anyone who knows me knows I am a huge fan of Jane Austen. Pride and Prejudice in particular is one of my absolute favourites. So I immediately clicked on it and then binge watched the next 3 hours of the series start to finish. I really liked it. Aside from a couple of casting issues, because I'm a bit biased to Colin Firth, I thought the premise behind the whole thing was really, really good and really well done, considering the original was not written by Jane Austen. It is in fact written by P.D.James, and obviously having seen the series, instantly went from Amazon Prime to Amazon and searched to see if there was a book, and there is, because the series was based on his best-selling novel. And I can't wait to read this. As you can see, I haven't opened it yet. It's one of the first books from Amazon I've ever had to come in a piece of plastic wrap, got to be honest. But so far, if the TV series is anything to go on, and the amazing reviews that this book has on Amazon, I think this is going to be a really good and enjoyable read. But basically, the only thing I am worried about is if the language is too different to Jane Austen, as in her writing style. She has a certain flow of vocabulary that really entices the reader in. So I'm hoping this isn't going to be too jarring, but again, once I've read it, I will do a review over on the blog, and on the blog I will eventually be getting around to doing comparison reviews. So if a book is also a movie or a TV series and I'm a fan of the book, I will read the book, review the book, and also compare with the series. And not to build up hopes or anything, but we all know books are generally better than the series. But there's been a few different TV series and films out there that I didn't know were books. I watched them, and then I've ended up finding an amazing book to read afterwards. So, as is this example. So that is one thing I will be doing, but I'll let you know how good this one is. If you've read it, let me know in the comments below whether you liked it. Did you like it as much as Jane Austen? Was it only okay? What did you think of the series if you've seen that? Okay, so again, I have another book which is currently also a film. I never really thought to look and see if it was a book, but I recently rewatched the film, and then suddenly in the credits, never paid too much attention to it before, realised who the author was, and had like a completely dumb eureka moment, and I couldn't believe I'd never put two and two together. So it is, of course, Stardust by Neil Gaiman. I can't talk. And I love the film of this. It's one of my favourites. I recently sat down and watched it with my 15-month-old son. Not that he understood it, but he enjoyed all the flashy lights and things. And I really liked it. The concept of the story of Stardust is actually very clever, in my opinion. I think it's very well done, and I'm actually looking forward to reading the book version of it. I was, however, very surprised. The book is so, the film rather, is so detailed. I was surprised the book was so small. But this is something I was recently reading about in some different articles online. And I have to agree with the fact it's only been in the last 30 years that we've expected books to be chunkier. The modern standard for a novel nowadays is around 80,000 words, and anything below that, people sometimes scoff and say, well, it's not really book length, is it? But the fact of the matter is all these really proficient writers in the past, such as Barbara Cartland and Agatha Christie, even Stephen King to a certain extent with his novel Carrie, which is his perhaps most profitable book of all times, they're all under 50,000 words. So I think we've sort of become a bit snobbish in a way of how thick we think books should be. So this is actually a standard size novel, but we just all become a bit spoilt, really, with our epic fantasies and our novels over 120,000 words. So, yeah, not going to judge Stardust by its number of pages. I will, again, review it, and I'm sure it's going to be excellent because the man is a genius. So, we'll give that one a go. So, last but by no means least, I recently saw that one of my favourite YouTubers had another book out. I'm not actually sure how long she's had this one out for. I think it's been a couple of months now, but I'm really behind on my content watching on YouTube. So, Mary Suggs, she is a YouTube author. She's predominantly an author, but I know her from YouTube first and then discovered her books. She has written this #Believe Dammit book, and I really wanted to get my hands on it straight away because all the reviews on it were so positive. And this is a sort of more inspirational self-help book. It is based on her personal accomplishments and how she's overcome certain things in order to believe in herself and do the work that she does. So I can't really say too much more than that because I saw that it was available, clicked buy, so I haven't really read anything other than the reviews. But it's 10 principles for attracting and creating the life you crave. And I am a big fan of Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, all these motivational speakers, and the idea behind this book really spoke to me. It's going to be a fairly quick read, but quite often with these sort of inspirational self-help books, do we really want loads and loads of pages to bog us down and slow us down into getting that point that the author is trying to make? No, we don't. So I actually really appreciate the fact that this book isn't the most massive, because it means I can get to the point and start implementing the lessons I've learned quicker. So again, I will be reviewing this book once I've read it, and I will let you know what I think of it. But I'd like to give a huge shout out to Mary. I absolutely love your YouTube channel and I love your Instagram, and I think you're fabulous. And if I can maybe get you a few more copies of your book purchased, I will gladly do that for you. So, on to the final item in the haul. Obviously, so far it's all been books, but I wanted to add in one other little item. And when I've been recently writing and reviewing my book, The Right Way, which is a creative writing prompt book for writers to get you creating that daily writing habit, I was trying to think up different things I've used in the past to inspire myself to get me out of a writing rut. So I use things like the Writer's Toolbox, which you can purchase on Amazon, writing prompts, various books, as I say, that I've read, and I always take something away from them. And I happened to come across this little game, Story Cubes. And I thought the concept of this was really interesting. Now, this is the beginner's box. You can actually get, I have no idea how many, but there's absolutely loads of expansions, which include things like fantasy and mystic and romance and all the rest of it. So I think the idea behind these originally was as a game for families to create a story. And it does actually say on here, roll the cubes and use the 9 face-up images to make a story. With infinite story possibilities, Rory's Story Cube offers hours of imaginative fun for all ages. There is one rule: there are no wrong answers. And I absolutely love that. It says play as 1+, so you can do it as a creative exercise in a group, play it as a family, but I thought these would be like a really good little tool for writers to have. If you get stuck occasionally, if you want to just, you've got 10 minutes, you want to write a story, but you're not sure what to go for, you can use these. And the nice thing about it is they've got a variety of different images on the cubes. There is actually 9 cubes in total here, and obviously, as I say, if you were to buy the expansions, you would obviously get more. But the thing I liked about it is although it tells you to use all 9 cubes, you could in fact just use 2 or 3, or however many you like. You could even get another die, roll that, see what number you get, and go for that many number of cubes. But you can create a story based on that. So, for instance, I won't give you all of them, but some of the images I'm seeing are a house, an arrow, a clock, a fountain, a teepee, a wizard's wand, a bridge, a moon, a book, a lightning bolt. So there's lots of different variety here. And the thing I really liked about it is it's not necessarily pinning you to any one genre in this original series. So I would recommend checking those out. I have already been playing with these, and they're actually very good quality. They're light enough that they're not going to damage your desk or the veneer on your desk. And they're compact enough that you can just throw them in your bag, in your desk drawer, take them out and about with you. So I would highly recommend them. I will be giving them a 5-star review on Amazon, and I will link them in the description box below, because I just think these are a fantastic little thing for writers to have. And I think sometimes we all just need that little bit extra creativity in our day, that little bit more of an aspect of fun to get those words flowing. So really like those. Anyway, I've blabbered on for enough now. This is only supposed to be a short video. So I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.